Well, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve. Well, I got some great guests for this segment. We're going to be talking about something that's really important to you parents that have young people in high school or going into high school that, I'm just checking here, that are considering college. And I've got Arvi Kaushal. Kaushal, welcome. And Robert Torres, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, I stumbled a little bit in the introduction, but it's a very serious thing. And I'm a parent of 5 kids. I've been through this. But there was a time in my life, because I'm college educated and stuff, and my folks didn't have the resources available, and there was a time when it wasn't that important. But in today's world, having the guidance for a young person that's going to make that transition, that's chosen to make that transition from high school into college, is really important. That's what you do.
Yes.
You bring that guidance.
Yes.
How great is that?
It is wonderful.
It is wonderful. We're going to talk about that. And Robert, you're a counselor, right?
Yes, I am.
And you work with students?
Yeah, I'm the high school liaison as well.
Hey, now, before I'm going to ask you a question that wasn't on the script, so to speak. When do parents need to start planning for the kids for their college career? When does that need to start?
We have some students that start in 6th grade. But ideally, 9th grade is a great time.
Okay.
And the reason why that is because we've got summers that we plan out. We look at the high school grades and as well as courses, and we plan out a full 4-year timeline for the students.
So it's not just when the kid gets to the end of high school.
Right.
You guide them through the process from early on.
Yes.
Right.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, what's your company called?
College Prep Consultants.
College Prep Consultant. And we got some great stuff here. And why do I have a UCI sticker up here? Why do I have that?
That is for UC Irvine.
Yeah?
Just to show that we do a variety of schools, all types, the UCs, the state colleges, the privates.
That's great. Robert gave me this orange. I have to tell you, I was disappointed. I thought I was going to, but it's UCR.
I brought it if you need to relieve any stress.
There you go.
If you need to relieve any stress, we brought this for you.
You brought that for me? I got a lot of stress. But for parents, that's a good one for parents to get kids going to college. Yeah. How'd you get into this?
I graduated from Fresno Pacific with a bachelor's and a master's. Mm-hmm. I'm currently working on my doctorates, and the goal was to be a high school counselor. Mm-hmm. And the pendulum didn't quite swing that way at that time, and instead of waiting, because my passion is to help students and guide them and help them be successful, and so decided to go to Pennsylvania and get trained in becoming an independent college consultant.
That's pretty.
4 years ago.
And you're a local person.
I'm local, yes.
And so you've got a real good grasp of the foundation that these kids are working with.
Yes.
Okay. Just a general kind of understanding for what's the most important thing for a parent to look at right now with their kids that are considering college.
We get a lot of questions when students don't know what they want to major in. Mm-hmm. Which tests should they take, ACT or SAT? Mm-hmm. What are the scores? What are the college admission universities looking for? Mm-hmm. So we put together a full diagnostics of which test. We do a career assessment, a very detailed career assessment.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you right there. Mm-hmm. What you're talking about is a very specific child-centric evaluation.
Yes.
In other words, somebody walks through the door with their kids is not going to get a pamphlet. Here you go. This is the program and stuff.
Yes.
You actually interact with them
and
plan a very specific regimen for their.
Yes.
Which is why if parents are wondering why hire college prep consultants, it's at some schools there's so many students to 1 or 2 counselors. We're going to take a more in-depth look at the student, at your child, and where do you want to go? Okay, we're going to prep you for ACT if that's what the college you're looking for is geared towards, or SATs. What interview process? I mean, colleges have interviews. Application processes. When is it due? Prepping you for SATs, ACTs. I mean, we do that as well. So
and that is so critical. And specific to the university or the college.
Yes.
Most people don't understand that. You know, you can't. It's not a cookie cutter thing.
Right.
Correct.
You know, I can look like this, and I can go to everyone and answer the questions
Yes.
all this way, and you know, maybe 90% of them are not going to be interested.
No, we customize for the student.
What a great
and
service.
We really, it's hand-holding. It's We're cheerleaders. We make sure that we specialize in knowing what the colleges want
Okay.
and providing a holistic student.
Okay. As a parent,
Yes.
I'm going to leave my young lady or young man at home, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to see you. What are you going to tell me as a parent?
Don't stress. Don't worry.
There you go. There you go.
You got these by the bushel there?
Yeah, your son and daughter are in good hands.
Yeah.
We have a team of experts that are going to work with him. We will help you with the FAFSA and
Wait a second. For people that don't know, what is FAFSA?
it's the financial aid application.
And how important is that?
Very important. Very, unless you want to pay 100% for your child to go to college.
It can make
Yeah.
a big difference as
Yes.
to, you know, the finances of that. Absolutely. And so you guide the parents through this too.
Correct. And scholarships. We're definitely a one-stop shop. We provide everything that the student and the parents need to make sure that the student gets into a college that they're going to be successful.
And so, you know, I've got a young man at home, and I say, all right, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said, well, I don't know, Dad. And so they come in through the door. You know, I watched this show. Okay, he's in 6th grade. I'm going to be on top of this. I'm going to get him planned. And my son says, I don't know, Dad, what I'm going to do. What happens when someone like that comes through into your program?
Yeah, and see, that's perfect because you asked, what are we going to tell a parent when they walk through the door?
Right.
Well, she said, don't stress. And I would tell the parent as well, like, your child's success is our success.
Yes.
I mean, we share a group text where we're, you know, congratulating, one another on a student they got into college like
Cornell.
Right.
you know, or Harvard or Stanford. You know, when they get into college, we're all excited for that one student,
Yes.
your child. And also, we're going to ask your child, you know, what is it that you like? Maybe you don't know what you want to do, but what do you like? Oh, I like art, or, you know, I like this or that. Well, have you thought about maybe CAD or working with computers or things like that? You know, we're going to find something.
We'll set them up with internships and summer programs
Really?
to spark that interest that they may
for a
have.
young person could be, you know, yeah, I really want to be this. I really want to be this, and then they do a summer intern. You know, and my nephew just did that. He wanted to be in New York at the, you know, the big banking stuff back there. He
Yes.
did an
Yes.
internship back there, and he came back and said, I'm not doing that.
Well,
There's no
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that can be very important for a person. Well, that's great.
Thank you.
And you do that for the people here in Fresno. Do you do it outside of Fresno?
We do it anywhere and everywhere.
Cool.
Thank God we have internet, and so
Yeah.
therefore we can Skype, we can FaceTime, we can share via Google all of their documents. We can help any student that needs help.
Now, Arvi, that's fine and dandy, but if I don't know how to get a hold of you on Facebook, Skype, you know, whatever, how do I get a hold of you?
They can go to our website,
Which
or
is?
you can call collegeprepconsultants.com.
collegeprepconsultant.com.
Yes.
Got that, Dad, Mom?
Or call me directly.
Okay. In an occasional case where there's a student that's not getting home support, you know, and you know, obviously there is an age limit, you know, adulthood, you know, personal responsibility. But let's say I graduated from high school, I happened to see this, or you know, somebody told me about, and although it's late in the game, I have enough between my ears to know I'm a young lady or a young man, and I'm going, you know, I want more out of life than what, you know, because some kids, like, they grow up in an environment that doesn't emphasize moving on. It's just you go out in the world, you take care of it, and that's it. Don't bother to call me.
Right.
Do you have something for that type of student too?
We do. We
You do?
never turn any student down.
Cool.
We definitely figure out ways to help him or her
Yeah.
to be successful, and we follow that success until they finish the first year of college, no charge.
That's absolutely outrageous.
And we give back to community, so we make sure that at the end of the year, whatever we've made, we at least give 10% back.
I'm on board. Sign me. I wish I was at that age. I could, you know, or had kids that were.
Could you imagine if we followed you around your first year at college and
Oh,
helped you out?
you wouldn't have wanted to follow me. But yeah, okay, I get it. Well, listen, that's really great. I love doing interviews like this where, you know, it's really uplifting, and the service you provide in the community and the young people is dynamite. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert?
Yes.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Again, it's your Facebook,
College Prep Consultants.
College Prep Consultants, and the webpage is collegeprepconsultants.com. We got a couple of images to close out with. Robert, go ahead and close us out, and I'll see you on next time.